Flubber was gonna keep it 100. I don't care who you was. If he had something to say to you, he would say it, whether you like it or not.
That's what I loved about Flubber. He kept it real with you. No matter what the situation or the circumstances was, he always kept it 100.
I'm Flubber's brother. Everybody protected me. I didn't have to worry about nothing because he was always there to protect me. I could never get in a fight when I was in elementary school. I couldn't even pay for a fight.
We go back a little while. We was in the same unit in junior high school. We were always competitive. But after a while, we became good friends, ran the street a lot, did a lot of things together, breaking a lot of law. And we did a lot of things like that. And we sort of got kind of real close like that.
The things that was going on with Flub, I wanted a part of it. I got a piece of it, you know, and it was fun. Remember when I'm up Hagerstown doing some time, and every month he would send me a money order. In his cards, he would write, he would put at the end of it, "Who loves you, baby?" We used to carry home, I'm talking about shopping bags of money. I'm talking about 2 bags of dope coming down and 2 bags of shopping bags of money going up. The streets ate me up as far as drugs. I wound up using. Now I got like maybe 18, 19 years clean. He started taking it NA. When I seen that Flub could straighten up, that helped me, and I always kept that in my mind.
I remember it was 1987. I went to treatment. When I went to treatment, I went up to this place, and it looked like a place full of crazy people. Once I went up in there, first thing I said to myself is, I don't belong in a place like this, so I was turning around to leave out the door. And 2 brothers called my name, and one of them was Flubber. He was the elder in the program. And he said, "Don't worry, I got your back." And that's all I needed.
I was in treatment myself, and I introduced Flubber to the treatment that I was in, and then I had a terrible relapse, and he was doing very good. And he was very instrumental being that adversary for me to make it back to make that right turn.
One time I used to be on the methadone program, and Flubber used to go to this NA meeting back then. And he used to always say, "Man, keep coming back. One of these days you're gonna come up in here and you're gonna tell me you didn't drink that meth, and you're gonna be clean." I thought I was clean.
When I was younger, I would come to this particular barbershop and other barbershops in the neighborhood. And guys would always come up to me and say, if it wasn't for your brother, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for Flubber, I wouldn't be clean. Flubber saved my life. He passed away in '91. And I started writing this book about 7, 8 years ago. People were still talking about him when I started writing this book.
I met Flubber about 30 years ago. This was at a turning point in my life. I was in a 12-step program, and I would see Flubber. He would come through. He looked at me. He said, "Listen," he said, "I'm tired. I got some health issues. I ain't got time for no whole lot of games and BS and whatnot." With that, you know, he gave me a priority list. He was one of those first beacons of light that poured something into me, and that was a shot of hope. I didn't realize that time was descending for Flubber.
I think he became more powerful when he got ill because he set such an example, not just for me, but we had thousands of recovering addicts in the fellowship, and the saying used to be, if he can do it, anybody can.
Let me tell you this, man. He cared more about me at that time when I was making that transition than he did himself. I couldn't get it. How could you be like that and care what happens to me? Care rather not I make it. I remember one day he was in the hospital and I was angry. I was angry that that thing happened to him like that. He said, "Eddie, don't be mad, man." He said, "It's my hand, it was dealt to me. I gotta play it out." And every day, I thought he was gonna break. I did, I thought he was gonna, but he didn't. I was pissed, man. Damn, I was pissed. I watched his integrity grow. I watched his humility. I watched his suffering, his pain. We prayed together. We laughed together. And when it came that time, oh.
Flubber died early Saturday morning, and he called me that Thursday. He said, "Look, man, I need to talk to you about something. I need you to come down here and see me. I want to talk to you face to face." And I said, "Okay, I'll be there." And I never got there. When I got there, it was Saturday morning. I was coming down the street, and they told me it was gone.
At some point, I felt like I wasn't doing it right. I would sit at the computer and the words would just come out, and I didn't know where they were coming from. I felt like spiritually Flubber reached back and helped me put the story out there. I felt like it was courageous for Flubber to stand up in front of people during this particular time in the 80s and talk about the things he had gone through in his life. He was a notorious drug dealer in the streets. He was a drug addict, and he also at the time was suffering from HIV. So for him to stand up in NA meetings and tell his true story and be transparent, I felt that was courageous. To the day he died, I mean, he was still Flubber.
Flubber wanted the best. And just like he wanted the best for himself, he wanted the best for me too. And anybody else that was in his life, he wanted the best. He thought we all, everybody, deserved the best of life.
See, that was one of the things he told me. You young, you still got a chance. You still got a whole life ahead of you. He was a very caring and compassionate person. But if it was any one thing that I could say to him, it would be thank you very much.
So it was that seed that he said, hey man, you ain't got to worry about doing this because I already did it for you. Just come on over. Thank God I came on over. With the help of my other siblings and God, here I stand.
The book fits him, Corey. Courageous in every sense.